On the 21st of March, 1947, President Harry Truman signed Executive Order 9835, which came to be known as the Loyalty Order. This order established departmental loyalty boards to screen federal employees and applicants for any sympathetic association or action supporting governments or organizations that had been labeled as totalitarian, fascist, communist, or subversive. Harvard Solar Astronomer and soon-to-be aggressive UFO disinfo-debunker Donald H. Menzel had an FBI file since the fall of 1946. This was a result of his research, his travel, his communications, and his work affiliation with Harvard Astronomer Harlow Shapley. Shapley had been openly hostile to the House Committee on Un-American Activities, HUA. Truman's Executive Order 9835 eventually paved the way for Menzel and his Air Force secret clearance to be challenged by field investigations and a hearing. It would be John Lukens, then Executive Secretary of the Air Force Central Loyalty Security Board, who would write to Menzel on 6 April 1950 to enumerate the charges against him. The hearings took place in Boston and ran from late May to early June of 1950. During these hearings, which I know from experience would have been incredibly stressful, Menzel never revealed other classified work and a Navy clearance to which he was privy. Most notably, the elite Vannevar Bush was his strongest and most important defender. Finally, on 11 January 1951, Lukens wrote back to Menzel that he had been exonerated. 2 years later, in 1953, Menzel produced his first UFO debunking book, Flying Saucers. If you know your science, and James McDonnell clearly knew his, many of Menzel's arguments were laughably weak distractions. This became most evident during the AAAS Boston Symposium on UFOs in December 1969, where McDonnell was most convincing. Over time, this has led many ufologists to conclude that Donald H. Menzel was a deep insider delivering disinformation. As you're about to see in videos to follow, this logical conclusion is used by some to support the validity of the Majestic 12 documents.